Hello, my name is Gary, and I was raised in the Western United States, so I'm a native English speaker. I hope that you will enjoy this YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us.
The Elephant and the Ape, an African Folktale. Grand Tusk, the elephant, had a friend named Nimble, the ape. One day, Grand Tusk boasted, "Look at me, I'm so big and strong." Nimble responded, "Look at me, I'm so quick and clever." "It's better to be big and strong than quick and clever," declared Grand Tusk. "Not at all," countered Nimble. "It's better to be quick and clever than big and strong." Their disagreement escalated. "Let's not argue," suggested Nimble. "Let's consult Dark Sage to settle this." "Agreed," said Grand Tusk, and off they went. Now, Dark Sage was a wise old owl who lived in the darkest corner of an ancient tower. After listening to Grand Tusk and Nimble, he said, "You must follow my instructions exactly. Then I will tell you which of you is better." "Agreed," said Grand Tusk. "Agreed," said Nimble. "First," said Dark Sage, "cross the river and bring me the mangoes from the great tree on the other side." Grand Tusk and Nimble set off at once. When they reached the river, which was very wide and deep, Nimble hesitated. "Oh, I can never cross that river," he cried. "Let's turn back." But Grand Tusk laughed and said, "Didn't I tell you it's better to be big and strong than quick and clever? I can easily swim across the river." He lifted Nimble with his trunk, placed him on his broad back, and swiftly swam across the river. Soon they reached the mango tree. It was very tall, and even with his long trunk, Grand Tusk couldn't reach the mangoes, nor could he knock the tree down to gather the fruit. "I can't get the mangoes," he admitted. "The tree is too high. We'll have to go back empty-handed." Nimble smiled and said, "Didn't I tell you it's better to be quick and clever than big and strong? I can easily climb this tree." Nimble climbed the tree and soon tossed down a whole basketful of ripe mangoes. Grand Tusk gathered them up, and the two friends crossed the river as they had before. When they returned to Dark Sage, Grand Tusk said, "Here are your mangoes. Now tell us, which is better, to be big and strong or to be quick and clever?" Dark Sage replied, "I think you should know that yourselves. You crossed the river, and Nimble gathered the fruit. Sometimes it's better to be big and strong, and other times it's better to be quick and clever. Each has its place." "That's true," agreed Grand Tusk. "Exactly," said Nimble. With that, they went on their way, and from that day on, they were better friends than ever before. The Elephant and the Rats. In a faraway country, people grew big crops of rice and sugar cane. One year, just when the crops were ready to harvest, a lot of elephants and many rats came from the mountains to the jungle. The elephants ate most of the sugar cane and trampled the rest, while the rats ruined the rice crop. As they were enjoying the feast, it started raining, and the river flooded. When the elephants and rats reached the river on their way back to the mountains and jungle, they found it wide, fast, and deep. The elephants waded in easily, but the little rats couldn't get across. "Oh, elephants," the rats cried, "if you carry us across this big river, we will help you when you need it." The elephants laughed. "Help us? How can tiny little rats help us, the kings of the jungle?" they said, and crossed the river without another thought, all but one. This elephant felt sorry for the rats. "Climb on my back, little brothers," he said, "and I will carry you across." The rats climbed onto his back, and the kind elephant soon brought them safely to the other side. Before running off to their homes, the rats said, "We will repay your kindness someday, our good friend." Not long after, the farmers who owned the sugar cane and rice decided to catch the elephants that had destroyed their crops. They dug deep pits and covered them with grass. The next time the elephants came to steal the sugar cane, they fell into the pits and couldn't get out. They cried for help. The rats heard them and rushed to the spot. They went from pit to pit until they found the kind elephant, trapped like the others. "Now we will show how we can help," they said. The rats began pushing dirt back into the pit. As they did, the elephant stomped it down with his big feet. Soon the pit was filled enough for the elephant to step out and escape just as the hunters arrived. Safe in the jungle, the kind elephant said, "It's always good to be kind." And the rats, running back to their homes, said, "One good turn deserves another." The Pansy. Once upon a time, a king had a beautiful garden. He loved his garden and planted many trees and flowers. One day, the flowers and trees started to wither. "I'm useless," said the oak tree. "I never have flowers. I might as well just wither away." "I feel the same," said the rose bush. "Even though I have flowers every year, I never produce any fruit." "What good am I?" sighed the vine. "I can't grow on my own and have to cling to the wall or lie on the ground. I can't even provide shade. I might as well be gone." The king was sad to see his plants drooping and hear their complaints. As he was about to leave the garden, he noticed a cheerful little pansy at his feet. "Why are you so bright and blooming while all the others are fading?" the king asked. The pansy replied, "I knew you wanted me here because you planted me, so I decided to be the best and brightest pansy I could be." When the other flowers heard this, they felt ashamed. "You're right," they said. "We'll try to be the best and most beautiful plants we can be." The Man and the Rain. One evening, a man was riding home from town with a purse full of gold. The rain was pouring down, soaking his clothes and making him very uncomfortable. He began to complain. "What a terrible day! I hate the rain. Why couldn't I have had a nice, pleasant day for my journey?" His route took him through a dense forest. As he rode beneath the dripping trees, a robber suddenly appeared. The robber aimed a gun at him and pulled the trigger. The man would have been shot, but the rain had made the gunpowder damp, and the gun didn't fire. The man spurred his horse and quickly rode away. Once he was out of danger, he thought to himself, "How foolish I was to complain about a bit of rain. If the sky had been clear and the weather nice, I might be dead in the forest right now. From now on, I'll accept whatever weather comes and make the best of it."
The Bee and the Beetle. A little bee was happily flying from flower to flower in the garden, collecting nectar from each one. A beetle, watching him, asked, "Hey bee, I've heard that some flowers can be poisonous. Aren't you worried about that?" The bee replied, "Yes, it's true that some flowers are poisonous, but that's something good in each one. I only gather the nectar and avoid the poison." Little Lights. One night, after the sun had set and the birds had tucked their heads beneath their wings to rest, a night bird flew close to an electric light. "What's your purpose?" asked the bird. "You give so little light compared to the sun." "I'm doing the best I can," replied the light. "Think how dark this corner would be without me. People walking or driving might run into each other, and someone could get hurt." "That's true," said the bird, and away he flew. Then he came near a gaslight standing apart from houses and busy streets. "What's your purpose?" asked the bird. "You can't give us as much light as the electric light." "I'm doing the best I can," said the gaslight. "Do you see that steep bank just beyond? If I weren't here, someone might fall." "That's true," said the bird, and away he flew. Soon his sharp eyes spotted a lamp in a window. What's your purpose? Asked the bird. You don't give even as much light as the gaslight. I'm doing the best I can. I'm in the window to light the path so Farmer Brown can see his way home, said the lamp. That's true, said the bird, and away he flew. And then his sharp eyes noticed a tiny candle in a nursery window. What's your purpose? Asked the bird. Your light is so small, you don't even give as much light as a lamp. I'm doing the best I can, said the candle. I can easily be carried from room to room. Nurse uses me when she gives the children a drink of water at night, or makes sure they're snugly covered in bed. That's true, said the bird, and away he flew, thinking as he saw the many lights, big and small, they are all helping.